Hello friends, welcome to another video prompt or October 2023 prompt challenge. How are you guys today? Okie dokie. The stack is getting thinner. All right, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Scrunch. Oh no. Scrunch. Oh, it might take me a few minutes to figure out a piece on Scrunch. Do you guys have any ideas? Comment below. I'll be back and gather some supplies. Okay, lovelies. Yes, this one stumped me. So, I didn't gesso this at all. I kind of ran out of gesso. So, we are going to try a new technique for background. So, scrunch. Let's start with this. Scrunch. I had to kind of look up the definition. Like, I know what scrunch is, but I'm going to use for my prompt the tissue paper to fulfill the prompt word scrunch. So we'll talk about that in a little while. So I'm going to start off with a stencil because there's this nice, I don't know, lotus flower looks like to me, but there's also these little flowers. So I'm going to create some texture first, and then I'm going to paint on top of it. I'm hoping this will like raise up enough so I can like use like a baby wipe to clear. I don't know. It's just a thought. This is the lightest texture paste color I have. I don't have any white. I should make some, which you can do with like baby powder. And I really don't know what the recipe is, so I have to look that up. So we're going to use the gray palette knife. Again, I am not organized. Where did my palette knives go? Sorry, guys. Aha. I see one right here. Okay. So I am just going to kind of be random. We'll just use this. Okay. All right. So hopefully this will work the way I'm imagining it. So I'm gonna just do, or yeah, this might take a while to, no, it shouldn't take too long to dry. But I really just wanted the bumpy texture here on the flowers. Let's see if I can get that to go. I may have to do the sponge thing again. I don't know why I keep going back to the palette knife, because I think with texture paste is a little thicker than this. But, okay, let's just see. Yeah, we are going to keep it going. So I'm just going to do some random, like, flower type stuff here. Oop. And maybe I'm just learning how to do this. It looks like it's gonna do good if I do one swipe and press that down and do a swipe this way. I shut the door to the studio this afternoon because we've got company. I've got my kids, and it's already late in the day than when I usually film, so I thought, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that one looks great. So I'm afraid to put anything on that. So let's do darn it. Okay, we're gonna have to go this way. I don't want to touch that because that worked out great. Okay, I think I'm finally getting the hang of this, guys. Sometimes you just gotta keep trying, right? Obviously. Okay, we'll just go up here. Okay, here we go. Scrape around. Yep. I think that's the trick. I mean, the sponge part, if you do this with the sponge with the texture paste, is not going to give you a thicker, you know, puffier result. So I understand why they do the palette knife. Somebody's scratching at the door. I wonder which puppy that is. Let's do this little lotus flower. At least I think that's what that is called. Oh no, it's Rolo. I'll bring him in here in a minute. While we let this dry, I'll do this design here. Because this part needs to dry completely before we add paint on top. Because I really want the texture to pop through when I, hold on, Rolo. Mommy boy, for sure. Okay. And I know this isn't exactly a flat surface, so it's not going to be exactly perfect, but I'm excited. At first, like I said, I was like, oh my gosh, Scrunch. What did I do to myself with this prompt? Yes, I know, I picked the prompts. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Let's do one on the corner here. And then I am going to probably use my heat tool to dry this up. As much as I like to let things dry naturally, but I think we're... Okie dokie. Woo! Loving it. I feel like I need something up here. I'll turn this around. Try not to get the tissue paper in here. Let's see if I can manage it. Am I going to be able to manage it? I'm going to try, guys. I am going to try. Even if I get a half of a print here. There we go. All right, guys. Gonna let this dry now. What do you think? It's pretty cool so far. All right, see you in a millisecond for you guys. Okay, guys, it's been 2 days later, and this is completely dry. So I started this video on a Friday. It is now Sunday, so this is due today on the interwebs. So hopefully I'll get it downloaded to you guys. But so my process was, I'm so happy this is completely dry because I'm gonna rub with my fingers some paint. And my hope is to just have some of this showing as a kind of a new texture technique. So I think and then remember our prompt, well, yeah, because it's only been like a second for you guys, but 2 days for me. We're gonna use the Scrunch and probably use some butterflies or some sentiments or something. So let's see how this works out. Maybe I'll start with, I think I'm going to start with some yellow. Yep, I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to kind of just put this in here. So I suppose I could do a sponge, but see how, if I do a sponge, and then I just wipe off the top of the, or leave some of that texture showing. But this looks cool already. Finger paint, y'all, if you're not afraid, obviously if it bothers you to get paint on your hands or whatever, yeah, I wouldn't definitely recommend it. But if it doesn't bother you, you know, your fingers are like excellent paintbrushes. Let's see. Let's do some over here. Maybe make it more in the middle. So then what I'm going to do is get like a baby wipe and wipe some of this off. There's that. color. Get my hands wiped off, and then this color. I love these two colors together. So this is Paleo Cayenne Green. Isn't that cool? Let's see. If you don't have texture paste, you can make texture paste. I think with like, I don't remember. I think it's like baby powder. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Or you could just use paint or something else. I'm not really sure what an alternative is to if you don't have texture paste, but you could still do a stencil or something. And I'm still learning alternatives for some of these techniques too. But this is actually going to be cool, I think, instead of just gessoing the canvas all the time. Then you can see some of the words show through on this journal. So how are you guys today on a Sunday, or whenever you're seeing this video? I think I'm going to get my baby wipe. Well, actually, let's not do that yet. Let's put the lid on here. I'm going to come in with some red. I don't know if that's going to ruin it, but we shall see. No, that looks pretty neat, I think. All right, I'm gonna get the baby wipe. Sorry, I'm not that organized today. I was so excited to get back into the studio after a couple days. I had my fall market yesterday. It was pretty chilly out, but I did pretty well. I had 10 junk journals. Now, a lot of them were mini little journals. Not heavily decorated, but anyway, so I started out with 20, and I had sold 10. So I was pretty excited. I didn't do too bad, and I have a winter market coming up in December. So I have quite a few journals left to make. So here you can see I'm just trying to get some of the, this is kind of a juicy wet wipe, so I may have to come in with a towel. I kind of want to get some of that texture images lifted from the paint, so to speak. I'll just go over this with the wet wipe and then probably have to go over it with the cloth and see if I can get some of that gray to show. Is that making sense, guys? Some of this over here. Okay. I think the the gray and the yellow ochre looks pretty cool. Yep, it's drying pretty quick. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll be right back. Let this dry completely for our next step, which I forgot what we were gonna do and I should have wrote it down. So let me figure out what our next step is. Okay, I did forget. I wanted to add some white. So I think I'm just gonna put a bit on here. And I'm gonna use a sponge, I think, this time. Just to lighten some of these colors a bit, maybe. Maybe I don't like that too much. We'll see. Let's just give it a shot and see what happens. Because if I use the baby wipe, it'll kind of blend some of the colors a little bit, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm gonna wet this down just a little bit. Just trying to blend some of these colors a little bit. Right. Let that dry a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. I add a little bit of red right here. Excuse me, sorry. And I probably go over a little bit of blue to kind of, you know, get it to where you like it, you know. Just tads here and there. Just use the lid a little bit, maybe not. So really, you just kind of want to play with it, obviously, to get it to where you want it, where you like it. The colors. So I like the white that it did tone it down some, but I also like that pop of color. So I didn't want it toned down that much. Because there we go. There we go. Maybe. Okay. Probably need to add some yellow over here. Okay. I'll add a little bit of blue. get some of that yellow out to get a little bit of blue pop. Pop of blue. I mean, this is a pretty cool background, wouldn't you say? Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that there. So I'm gonna let this dry for a few, and then I'm gonna come in with some stencils. So the stencils I had picked out, where's this flowery bunch of wildflower bunch, and my numbers, but I'm missing the 7 and the 1. It must have fell out. So I'll look for that, let that dry, and then we'll put some ink on here. All right, so now I got a few other stamps. I got this kind of flower butterfly and then this typewriter one, but I'm not going to do the whole stamp. I'm just going to do bits of it in certain places, and I'm using permanent ink. I'm using the Distress Ranger Archival Permanent, so when I add more paint on top, it won't go away. So I'm not pressing it all the way down, so you'll see some bits of it. You can't really even tell it's a typewriter, but we'll do one over here. Just maybe the top of it. So there's that one. And then this one here. I'm going to try to mostly get the butterfly, maybe. Okay. I think I will try the numbers, even though I'm missing some, so I'll probably just do these ones over here at the end. Can't find them. They'll show up somewhere around here. Okay. So now I'm going to take some more paint and with a palette knife, because I want to kind of do a reverse stencil thing. So I'm just gonna kind of make some marks. I know I'm painting over some of these stamps, but at least it's kind of a layered. Oh, maybe I don't want to do it there. Because what I wanted to do is let that dry almost, not exactly all the way. And then I wanted to put this stencil down. And I don't know what I did with my baby wipe, but my thoughts are to wipe some of it off, like do a reverse. Does that make sense? I don't know. No, didn't really work on this paper. It's not flat enough, and it's not paper. I mean, it's... Okay, well, that didn't work. It's a nice thought, though. Let's try it one more time right here. Maybe if I just dab it. Nah, it didn't really work. I will try it again on like maybe watercolor paper or just regular mixed media paper. So now I've completely covered over that stamp. So we'll just skip that step then. We're just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep going. All right, so while this is drying, we can think about, or I will think about, to do the scrunch. So we're gonna scrunch it. Maybe we can scrunch it around some of the flowers or this design here and put that on. And we could probably use some watercolor inks or something. And then I could put some butterflies on top or something. Just an idea. Something definitely I can explore again. I kind of like this technique, even though, you know. So, scrunching the tissue paper. For no real reason, just there. I mean, I meant not no real reason. I meant, so I'm trying to put any particular order, but just trying to balance it out. So, I'll do one here. Maybe we could do this here. Okay. I'm going to put a bit of glue. I have some watered down glue somewhere. Now I'll just use the rest of this glue that I was having trouble with the other day. But it kind of already sticks with some of the wetness of the paint there. I'm going to let that settle for about a few minutes, and then I'm going to get some watercolor and kind of probably do some yellows and some blues and some pinky reds. And while that's dry, I will pick out some butterflies and stuff, fussy cut a few butterflies off of these printables, and maybe find a sentiment. And then we'll glue that on, and I would say be another interesting journal page. Definitely like the technique. It's definitely something I can improve on if I do it a lot more, but it's kind of cool. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I got these all fussy cutted, all my little butterflies. So now I'm just going to take these three colors and never really done this before, but I'm going to give it a go. Watercolor on tissue. It would be cool if you had spray inks, then I probably would have sprayed these first before I glued them down, maybe. There, do that one. Oh, maybe I should do another. We'll do a red, pinky red down here. Then we'll try some turquoisey, grainy blue up here. I think when this dries, I may distress it with some ink over the top and maybe do some ink. I'm going to try it. But I'm going to use the waterproof kind. If I don't like it, then I can take it off. I'll do a little bit of blue here. Might do some blue here and here. Because I still have yellow. Some yellow over here. Just do some. Okay, I'm gonna leave it, leaving it. So I need to look at these sentiments if you want to look at them with me. I got these off of Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she has stuff like happiness, it's a noun. First definition, to feel happy within oneself. So it's basically dictionary definitions for beautiful, contentment, soulmate, fondness, tenderness, family, endearment, affection, crafting. No, caring. I can't read. I never learned to read, guys. Sorry. Devotion, family, delight, beautiful. I wonder which one we could use for this one. They're all wonderful. Well, I think I'm going to do family because Trevor and his girlfriend came down for a surprise visit. And they leave tomorrow. But that's always going to be sad for a mama. But I'm so glad to see them. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna ink it up. Let me put you guys on pause for a second. All right, so I went ahead and I'm gonna use my little spray bottle. Probably just do it in my hand. As you can see, my hands are all painty anyway. Just stress that a little bit. I'm going to take that same color, the walnut stain, and I'm going to distress some of this too. If you didn't have inks, obviously you could do watercolors, like a brown watercolor. Oh my goodness. Puppies outside the door. I thought I'd film without any of their shenanigans, but sorry if you can hear them. At least they're not snoring today. Okay. I kind of like the look of that. Pretty neat. Okay. And I wonder... It would be cool to have some, you know what I need to do? Whatever's left of that gesso I need to make for my splatter. But I wonder if while we're waiting, let me check something here. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this white paint here. Maybe? Don't really know if that's really necessary. Maybe right here. Nah. I think no. I think I'm going to leave it. Leave it as it is. Okay. Never mind that. Right, so shall we put the butterflies on? And then our sentiment, and I will say that this is completed, guys. Interesting. I kind of like it. I love the technique. I'm definitely going to do that technique again. You'll probably see me do it again in other videos. I may not do it directly on the journal. I may just do it on paper and then stick the paper down to see what kind of an effect I can get with like multimedia craft paper. I mean, for me, I like the technique. I like the colors. I feel like there's a lot going on in here. Like it's a little too busy for me. But again, guys, that's what your journal, your journals are for, is getting ideas and looking at them and picking out the parts that you like to do again. So, okay, now the sentiment. I could put it right here. Wonder if I should do two. No, how's the word? No, I don't know where to put it, guys. Yeah, I'll probably put it right here. Let's put it there. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a closer look so you can see some of these textures, and hopefully maybe you guys might try this technique for a page background idea. Simple, quick. It didn't take too long. This is going to be a short video, I think. I never know until I upload it. And all right, my friends, thanks for tagging along. I hope you enjoyed this one. As I'm looking at this, I feel like I need to put something on the back here. Because it kind of, you can't really see the butterflies. But anyway, we're going to call it good. Because I don't think you can really see the butterflies. Maybe I shouldn't have painted the tissue. But it's okay. I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Bye. Oh, yeah, and wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I love you. Bye.